Hello everyone, welcome to the Call Analyst channel. Most people believe war are decided on battlefield, but sometimes the future of the global economy depends on a single stretch of water that most people have never even heard of. Imagine waking up tomorrow to higher fuel prices, stock marketing falling, shipping route collapsing, and government around the world hold emergency meetings. Not because of global war, but because of one narrow maritime corridor, only 33 kilometers wide. Today we are going to break down why this small waterway has become one of the most strategically important locations on Earth. We will separate facts from speculation, confirm military developments from social media rumors, and explain why every major world power is watching this region so closely. This is not about choosing sides. This is strategic analysis based on geography, economic, military capability, and publicly available information. Because once you understand why this location matters, you will never look at global headlines the same way again. Let's begin the analysis. Before we talk about military strategy, first we need to understand one simple question. Why does this location matter so much? The answer has nothing to do with its size. It has everything to do with its position. Throughout history, geography has shaped power. Mountain passes have decided empires, sea routes have created global economies, and today a narrow waterway connecting the Persian Gulf to the Gulf of Oman remains one of the world's most important maritime corridors. Every day, massive oil tankers, LNG carriers, and commercial cargoes vessels pass through this route on their way to international markets. When shipping moves normally, the global economy barely notices. Everything changes. But when uncertainty appears, everything changes. Insurance costs begin to rise, energy markets react within minutes, and investors around the world start paying attention. This is why analysts often describe major maritime choke points as pressure points of the global economy. Their importance is not measured by how wide they are. It is measured by how many countries depend on them. Now, here is something even more interesting. A modern conflict is no longer fought only with tanks, fighter jets, or warships. Today, information technology, surveillance, electronics warfare, and economic pressure all play major roles. Every decision made on near strategic shipping route can influence diplomacy, financial market, and international security for behind the region itself. That's why military planners, energy analysts, shipping companies, and government are all watching the same map for completely different reasons. So, before we examine the latest developments, we first need to understand the geography that makes the location so strategically valuable. Because once you understand the map, everything else starts making sense. When people hear about international conflicts, they usually focus on missiles, warships, or political leaders. But professional military planners often begin with something much simpler, a map. Because geography does not take sides, it simply creates advantages and expose weakness. Think about it this way. If a nation can observe a major shipping route, it gains awareness. If it can protect that route, it gains influence. And if that route becomes unstable, the effects can separate far behind the region itself. That's why strategic waterways have shaped history for centuries. Long before satellites, long before drones, control of key trade routes often meant economic strength and political leverage. Today, the technology has changed. The principle is not. Modern surveillance systems, radar network, satellite imagery, maritime parallel aircrafts, and commercial shipping data all contribute to what analysts call maritime domain awareness. In simple terms, it is about understanding what is happening at sea before anyone else does. For government, that information support national security. For shipping companies, it helps protect crews and cargoes. For financial market, it influences expectations about global trade and energy supply. That is why even a relatively small area on map can attract worldwide attention. Not because of its physical size, but because of its strategic importance. And that's where today's story becomes far more complex, because geography alone never explains a crisis. It is a combination of geography, technology, economics, and political decision that determines how events unfold. So before we examine the latest military development, we need to understand the people making those decisions. When headlines report military activity, it is easy to assume every move is about winning a battle. In reality, many operations are designed to send a message rather than achieve an immediate military victory. That's what strategists call signaling. A military deployment, a naval exercise, or an air patrol can communicate intent without a single shot being fired. Why? Because every government is trying to influence the decision of others. Sometimes the objective is deterrence. Sometimes it is reassurance to allies. Sometimes it is simply demonstrating capability. This is why analysts rarely evaluate an event in isolation. Instead, they ask three questions. First, what happened? Second, why did it happen now? And the number third is, what message was intended? Those three questions often reveal far more than dramatic headlines even ever can. Another important point is that modern conflicts extend far behind the battlefield. Economic sanctions, cyber operations, diplomatic negotiation, information campaigns, and intelligence gathering all shape the strategic environment. Military force is only one piece of a much larger puzzle. That's why countries can appear highly confrontational, while at the same time leaving diplomatic channels open behind the scenes. History shows that communication often continues even during periods of serious tension. For investors, shipping companies, and energy markets, the biggest concern is often not who is stronger. It is uncertainty. Markets dislike uncertainty more than almost anything else. Even the possibility of disruption can influence prices long before and physical damages occur. So as we move into the latest development, keep one idea in mind. The most important question is not simple. It is not simply who has the bigger military. The real question is which decisions are most likely to change the strategic balance. That is exactly what we'll examine next.